Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge several people present here today. Chief Eric Jolliffe, Deputy Chiefs Rouse, McSween, and Bigrat, York Regional Police Senior Officers, Police Service Board Member Josh Cooper, Mayor Bevilacqua, Karen Silvitz, David Gordon, CIJA Local Partnership Council, and Aubrey and Deborah Zeidenberg. As you may know, York Regional Police have been lighting the menorah for over 15 years in partnership with Chabad at Flamingo under the leadership of Rabbi Mendel Kaplan. We actually had a discussion right before this. We weren't sure what year this was. I always say 10, which the rabbi always has to correct me on because it's an underestimation. We're at 16 years this year. Rabbi Kaplan is one of 7 police chaplains who volunteer their time with York Regional Police. My name is Constable Rachel Rudolph, and I've been a member of York Regional Police for the past 7 years. I work in the Criminal Investigations Bureau in Richmond Hill, and I'm delighted to be your MC this evening. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Chief Jolliffe for his greetings.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our number 4 district headquarters here in the city of Vaughan. And on behalf of the deputy chiefs, Ryan Vigris, Stephen McSween, Robertson Rouse, and unfortunately Andre Crawford, who is extremely sick today, sends his regrets. But on behalf of all the members of York Regional Police, some 2,500 strong, welcome as we again prepare to light the menorah this evening. We extend our thanks to all of you that have been here in support of York Regional Police, as we once again have that very, very unique privilege to serve our culturally rich and diverse community here in the region of York, and also that very auspicious occasion to light the menorah here at 4 District. And I can tell you that this menorah lighting this year is especially fitting in this room, as it was commemorated in a special ceremony for Max T. Eisen. It's a community room. We did that in May of this year. And I think many of you know Max Eisen is an author. He's a public speaker. He's a Holocaust survivor and educator. And he travels throughout Canada, giving talks about his experiences as a concentration camp survivor to students, teachers, at universities, to law enforcement professionals, and the community at large. I can tell you he was also inducted as Order of Honor this last December the 9th, and also honoring Max as a longtime friend of York Regional Police. Thank you for your attendance here this evening, as we also provide a special blessing for this room to the lighting of the menorah. In reflecting on this year's menorah lighting, we also acknowledge and celebrate the significant contributions and great work of Chabad at Flamingo under the leadership of Rabbi Kaplan for your initiatives and partnerships with York Regional Police. And as we've indicated, this is actually our 16th year of lighting the menorah at YRP under the leadership of Rabbi Kaplan. Thank you, Rabbi. Through your contributions to our diverse and vibrant community, you've distinguished yourselves as an important part of the Canadian mosaic and are a testament of the noble work of Shabbat Phobic Centers over the world. And as you continue to educate, unite, and inspire those serving the needs of our vibrant and growing community, I extend to you our very best wishes for a successful event and most enjoyable evening tonight. I convey my thanks to the Boys Choir, who always joins us each and every year. They and I will rush to the Jelly Donuts at some point in time this evening. But I just want to thank Superintendent Greg River, the commanding officer here at 4 District, as well as the other senior officers that have joined us this evening. Our members of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Unit, who have collaborated with Rabbi Kaplan, Sterling Russell, Rabbi Yossi, and the Shabbat at Flamingo team for making this evening possible. Thank you. Please accept our very best wishes for a safe and joyous and happy Hanukkah. May this festival of lights bring blessings upon you and all your loved ones for happiness, for health, and for spiritual and material wealth. And may the lights of Hanukkah usher in the light of Mosaic and a better world for all of humankind. After the lighting of Menorah, I'm very much looking forward to eating those, I hope we've got them, those latkes, 1 or 2, hopefully, maybe. And as a piece of trivia, I'm not sure if you know that 17.5 million of those oily jelly donuts will be consumed during Hanukkah as an additional holiday dessert. Now that you've indulged me with my sense of humor, YRP truly looks forward to many more years of friendship, collaboration, and cooperation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Chief. I would now like to call upon Rabbi Mendel Kaplan for his reflections and his statement of the Menorah.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, senior officers, and everybody who's joined us this evening. Reflection is a good word. Because as my Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, used to say, we should listen to the candles. They each tell a story. The candles are lit in full view of the public. And the candles, on a very simple level, remind us that a little bit of light can dispel a great deal of darkness. Chief, can I tell everybody a secret about YRP?
No. Have I heard the secret before?
You are the secret. In addition to providing safety and security for the Jewish community across the York region, under the tutelage of this chief, there's been a reinforcement or refocusing on the wellness of officers. And that is to say that for far too often, our officers were faced with all kinds of trauma and were not able to fully function because they were sometimes left in the dark. When you turn the lights on, nothing really changes, except that you can see with clarity. Emotional wellness and mental wellness has a lot to do with turning the lights on. This chief has endeavored to ensure that the members of York Regional Police are able to experience emotional wellness, are able to experience mental wellness, which means that we get better policing, which means that our community is a safer and happier place. And Chief, that's not disparate from the message of Hanukkah. The message of Hanukkah tells each and every one of us about Judaism's faith and belief, optimistic faith and belief, that each and every member of humanity is capable of goodness, and each and every member of humanity is capable of shedding light where there is darkness. Somebody just has to take the time to kindle that flame. Chief, am I wrong in saying that this is your last Hanukkah as Chief of York Regional Police? I'm not wrong. So Hanukkah is a time to say thank you, and I want to take this opportunity publicly to thank and acknowledge your leadership, your inspiration, your guidance, and everything that you've done to ensure that my brethren, the Jewish community across York Region, and all of its citizenry have been safe and secure under your leadership, and thanks to your devotion and dedication. Thank you, Chief Joel. I do hope that you'll continue to attend menorah lightings in the future, and I'm sure there'll always be jelly donuts. Isn't that a policing donut? Much has been accomplished, much has been achieved. But if the Hanukkah menorah teaches us anything, it's that we cannot be satisfied with our accomplishments, and we must always yearn and try to do more. Last night, the public domain was no frills on Center Street. And there we lit one candle. And there was lots of food for everybody. Earlier this afternoon, we lit the menorah at the Vaughan Civic Center with the mayor and council. And there, we had to light 2 candles. Because you know what? 24 hours later, one candle just didn't cut it. And this continues on now into the second night of Hanukkah. We will continue to illuminate our menorahs, our sacred candelabras, with 2 flames tonight. And that's great. But in 24 hours from now, it will not be enough to light 2 flames. Each of us will be called upon to kindle our menorahs and light 3. And this is the way Hanukkah proceeds. When we call, in Judaism, Mechayel El Choyel, from strength to strength. Hanukkah's mission, Hanukkah's message, Hanukkah's idea and ideal, I know is something that the fine men and women at York Regional Police live with. I know that despite the many accomplishments, we're all happy but not satisfied. That's a good thing. We should continue to go from strength to strength. We should continue to provide safety and security for all of our citizens, and I hope and pray that with God's help, we will know only of goodness, only of peace, only of safety, only of security, that around us we will see people coming out of the dark and into the light, that people will leave behind old biases and inappropriateness, that everybody together will realize that each and every one of us is beloved by God. And if only we are prepared to share the light with others, the entire society is elevated, uplifted, and benefits. It's my prayer that with the lights of Hanukkah that we kindle here, and the lights of Hanukkah that are being kindled around the world, that the darkness will dissipate, and that we will merit to see the fulfillment of the prophetic vision of a world that is healed and made whole, a world that is saturated and bathed in the presence of God and the awareness of our Creator, a world that we the Jewish people call the coming of Mashiach, speedily and in our days. Amen. Okay, we have a very special tradition here at York Regional Police. We've been doing this now for 16 years. And with God's help, we will do this for many, many happy years to come. Before we kindle the menorah, I'd like to call all of those here who are dedicated to public service and ask them to participate. And this is how it goes. The menorah has 8 branches, symbolizing 8 miraculous nights. Branches that are continuously lit as we go from strength to strength. But you'll notice a 9th central candle. It's called in Hebrew the shamash, or the service candle. It gets no credit, much like you, Chief. But it's responsible, like every member of YRP. It's responsible to warm and to illuminate. It's responsible to kindle and to uplift. And so the Chief will light the central candle. I will have the opportunity and the privilege to light the Hanukkah candles. But first, all the members of York Regional Police Senior Command will come and join us and create a line of light where we pass the light from one to the other so that the Chief can light the shamash and I can go on to light the menorah. And I just want to point out, you'll notice, as each one lights the candle of the person next to them, that they lose nothing in the exchange. Because when you light up somebody else's life, you lose nothing. Each and every one of us gains. Shamashim. Public servants, please join us. Vicky, you're the man. You're gonna fire us up? Vicky's gonna do it. Sure, Vicky's not a part of it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik nerei Eloheinu melech haolam, osa nisim avoseinu, hayomim hahem bizman hazeh.
Salad,
you this. The chief was asking me, how come so many people came out tonight? I want to tell you the truth, Chief. The truth is that we, the Jewish people in North America, have experienced more anti-Semitism over the last 13 months than ever before in North American history. That's the truth. There have been not one, not two, but tragically, 3 public murders of Jews, from Pittsburgh to Poway to Jersey City. But you know what, Chief? We, the Jewish people, are not afraid. We, the Jewish people, are not cowed. And when there's more darkness out there, we will bring more light into the world because we are an eternal nation and Hanukkah celebrates that eternity. And our response to darkness is light. Our response to hate and ugliness is love, holiness, and spirituality. And I know that's why you all came out tonight. Thank you all for coming. In Hebrew, we say it like this. Am Yisrael Chai. It means we live on for eternity.